Hey, it's Max, my first video blog. Never did that before. I'm not even sure if I'm going to make it public, but if you see it, so welcome. Yeah, I wanted to talk about my progress on my Imperial Academy journey. Especially, I wanted to talk about my contract with myself. That I signed exactly 2 weeks ago, and today was the last day when I finished it. So yeah, so here, yeah, I'll explain what were my conditions and etc. How I come up with this idea, what I did, what's the results, and etc. So let's begin. Yeah, so through the journey of Imperium Academy, I watched almost everything. From week 1 to week 6, I didn't watch week 6 because it's not relevant for me yet, but I'll watch it, I don't know, when I have at least a client or multiple clients. We'll see, but for now, my goal is to find my first client. I still don't have one, but at least I already have a niche. I have a problem I'm going to solve, and I made my first cold calls, trying to find to to get someone on a sales call and convert it into paying clients. Yeah, so disclaimer is I didn't even find, I couldn't even find one to go on my sales call, but it's fine, I guess. Yeah, so the contract I did with myself is 2 weeks of cold calling every day to United States, to restaurants, trying to offer my services. If I don't do that, I promised myself I'm going to cut my hair um, completely. It's pretty much long. The haircut is pretty much long at the moment. It could be like up to here, but so it was a big kind of punishment for me. So I decided to do it. I think it is. I was fine to do this. It's not that big deal. Of course, I didn't want to do it, but but actually making these calls was much more painful other than doing than shaking my head. Yeah, so that was my contract, and yeah, the goal was to make 100 calls a day every day without any exceptions besides Sunday. During Sunday, my first Sunday, I spent completely without any. Basically, it was dopamine fasting without any gadgets at all. Yeah, but all the other days I did 100 calls a day, um, even during Saturday. So it was 2 weeks of hell for me personally because I never did this before. Um, yeah, so first time I did my cold call was during Trial by Fire by Charlie Morgan video. I made my first call. I can't explain well enough how painful it was for me. Like my heart was out of my body. My hands were actually they everything was right with my hands. I am just trying to explain what I felt, but okay, so it was painful for me, but I did my first call. I got rejected. People laughed. A person laughed kinda on me. At least I felt it. Maybe it is possible. It's just my subjective feeling, but that's what I felt real, and I think it is important what you feel. So I made my first call. Then in a couple of weeks, I mean, it wasn't the day when I realized basically this is one of the most important places, I don't know, one of the most important bottlenecks bottlenecks I have in my character, becoming the one who can lead business, or who could own, who be a founder of a business. Calling and talking to people, I was always shy, and I couldn't imagine myself calling to someone. It was like, from my previous identity, my ego was always aware, my ego basically, I had this like deep fear of calling to people, started talking to them. I still have some kind of it, but it's not that big anymore. But it was really tough for me to start calling, even to make this first call. Like I was sitting like near the desk and thinking about it for 10 minutes. What am I going to say? Like I felt all the all the possible resistance I could. But yeah, it was already decided. I'm going to make this first call, and I did it. So then I started seeing some changes. I started having such thoughts in my head, like maybe it's not that scary, and I at least I accepted I could be the one who can make these calls. Maybe it's not that bad, and it's basically, objectively saying, it's what could potentially happen to me. You just talk to someone you will never see or meet again, and you offer them, and you know that you can help them. If they don't want, or if they are not a fit, you just dial another number. So objectively, you just sit, type a phone number, click phone, like dial, and talk to a person. That's it. But for me, it was really scary. I was afraid of doing this. Why? But why? So I realized this is the most the biggest bottleneck at the moment. Why I'm not starting my business, because I'm afraid to talk to people. So but yeah, so to become someone who can run business, he should be able to talk to others. And yeah, I realized I need to fix this. This is one of the reasons I decided to start cold calling, to change my identity. The other thing is it is basically the fastest way to find a client. Mm, Like literally, you get instant feedback once you call someone. You got yes or no, doesn't matter, and you work on it. It's instant feedback loop where you call someone, you get some experience, and you adjust your script, you adjust your voice, you adjust your fear, and you work on yourself doing these phone calls. Yeah, and I believed this is the fastest way. It turned out that no. Yeah, before starting this contract, I believed there are no chance I will not be able to find a client, like 100 cold calls. Even the worst cold callers have around 1% conversion rate. Like if you call, then you'll probably find at least one client with at least, if not a client, but at least an appointment to your sales call. In my case, it didn't work. Like I had a lot of struggles, and I can also tell about this. Okay, nonetheless, yeah. So I believed I can make at least one sale. This is my goal in general. My closest goal is to find one client, because once I found one client, I can scale it. I can expand it to more. I would just extract what worked. I would have a framework, and if you have one client, you can do the same and find the same way 10 clients. So this is the most important thing. And in my paradigm, to find one client, to become from 0 to 1 is much more difficult than becoming from 1 to 10, or even from 1 to 100. Who knows? So that was my plan. Like I have 2 weeks before I go to Thailand. I'm already prepared. I got my nails just for fun. I don't know. My wife just suggested me, or like asked, "Do you wanna have nails like this?" I said, "Oh wow, why not?" Here we go. Yeah, so we have a flight in 3 days. I still have a couple days to work. But yeah, so the goal was to find my first client until the flight to Thailand. I signed the contract. I still had some little percent I won't be able to make a client in this 14 days. That's why I didn't put there any result-based condition, like to shave my hair. I did at least some performance, like 100 calls. It's not something that like during from 7 to 8 or from 7 to 10 every day for 3 hours, for 2 hours, you cold call. I made it tangible, like 100 calls, no matter how many times. I don't go sleep until I made 100 calls. If I wasn't prepared, it doesn't matter. So I put this metric. I quickly realized the metric was not the best, but at least I started from something, and I think it is still good because I overcame this fear to cold call. I understand that you have infinite count or infinite number of phone calls, like you can scrape whatever. You will never reach the end of calls. You will have unlimited number of potential clients. And I just started dialing. Even if it's not the feed, it doesn't matter. I just got this experience of cold calling, and now I have in my background 1,200 phone calls. this is, in my opinion, awesome. Yeah, so I wanted also to say a bit more about the results, about the experience, what I got, what I didn't, what went wrong, what went good. Yeah, so I already mentioned I got some experience, got cold calling. Now I understand what it is. Like uh, on my first day, I prepared everything. Like I have a script. What what if he says this? If he says this, if I get this objection, another objection. I prepared. I went through all the script, like from bypassing gatekeeper to talking to a decision maker. I prepared everything. I felt like I'm profi. Like I have a better theory than, I don't know, 95% of cold callers. What can go wrong? And then I started dialing. My first day, I started dialing at 6 p.m. in my time. For United States, it was 10 or something. I started calling, and I quickly realized, like, this is not gonna work. Like, I made 50 calls. I didn't even get to a decision maker once. At first, I was scared to even ask for a decision maker. Or I don't know, I can't remind exactly what it was, but for me, after my first 50 calls, I made it in a row without like any, like I just sit and dialed 50 calls. It took for me almost an hour or maybe even more. I don't know, an hour and a half, because like I was so scared to hit this button, like to dial, that I could sit for 5 or 10 minutes, like thinking, okay, maybe what else should I do? What should I prepare for this? Then I found some. Okay, I realized. Okay, I'm gonna call it. I clicked dial. Then I got beeps coming, and guess what? Nobody answered. Um. Okay. Now I have another phone number. So I made 3 to 4 to 5 to get my first pickup. I got pickup. I started asking who is the manager, or like is the manager in, something like this. They would immediately start asking who's calling, why do you need, what's the reason, can I leave a message, etc., etc., etc. And I didn't know what to answer. I realized this is not what I prepared. Okay. I had a script, like try and like say something. Is the manager in? Or actually, it was something like, "Hey John, please, like let me talk to John." But I didn't have owner or manager name, so I had to change John to manager, and it obviously didn't work that way. I started calling, like I said, "Is the manager in?" I say, "It's a personal inquiry, etc." I have a note, whatever. They said, "Do you know his name?" I said, "No." So what personal note do you have if you don't even know his name? Something like this. And I realized that's not what I expected. Like I got this punch of Mike Tyson, like there is a quote, someone saying like, on paper you can know everything in theory, and you would feel confident, etc., until you get your first punch in real life. You would just die at this moment, and everything you got prepared, you tried, and you thought it would work. With practice, you would have to start from the beginning, and that's what I got. And since everything went not as I expected, I started I got confused completely. I was thinking like, what should I do? 90 more calls. How am I going to do it? Like, I scared, and I immediately started thinking, like chatting with ChatGPT, like what should I do? I want to quit, whatever. Um, well, okay, no, actually, I think I did 30 to 40 calls, trying the same is the manager in approach, and it didn't work at all. And I started thinking like, what should I do? Then I think, okay, let's say I made 50 calls, and yeah, I agreed with myself. I make first block 50 calls, then I have some rest for like 10 to 20 minutes, and then I make another round. I was ready to give up. I should admit, after my first 50 calls, like I did them and I said, no, I can't do this. I'm giving up. It's not for me. I don't know how to do this. I was literally like fucked up completely without, like, I was so disappointed that I didn't even know what to do. I told this to my wife. She even cried. Like, she didn't expect I will give up that fast. She cried. She like, I don't know. She told, no, don't do this. It was for me. I also got upset with this a bit. And yeah, after some time, I sat for 10 minutes, and I started dialing again 50 more. But from this moment, I changed my strategy. I started chatting with GPT and said, no, I'm quitting. What should I do? And he gave me a strategy. He said, okay, let's completely change your strategy, and your goal for now is to make 50 more calls, simply asking what is the name of the manager. There were multiple options, and I've chosen the most stupid one. For me, it sounded like it's fine, it's good, but yeah. So I've chosen to ask to pretend I'm a courier, and I got but yeah. So I was saying, hi, it's a delivery, but the blank is empty. Tell me the name of the manager, or what should I put there, like on the blank? Then they were obviously saying what delivery. They were asking different questions, and some of them were saying the name and etc. But okay, so I got some conversation. I got some first experience of talking to people from another country, talking to people over the ocean from United States. And the fear started getting releasing. Like it was still scary, but not that much as my first phone calls. And yeah, so the goal was to overcome this fear. The goal was to get some managers' names. And yeah, so I did another 50 calls. It took like 40 minutes or something to make another 50 calls. But I did this, and it was quite an experience, something new for me. This day, my world changed. My identity changed because I started doing the work. Okay. I promise other days explanations how I did all the other phone calls. I'll make it shorter, but yeah, the first day was the most important one. Okay, the second day, I had similar feelings, but it was much easier, obviously. I again started just asking for the name without any attempts to even talk to decision makers because I don't know, I was just out of any experience. So the second day, I can't remember exactly, but it is highly possible I was still asking. Okay, I started with this courier pack. I realized it's not effective and I decided to change it again. And there was something like, um, hi, I'm updating my phone book. Could you tell me the name of the manager? Who is the manager? Who is the general manager right now? But so Chat GPT suggested me the script, but when I was moving it to my document, there I was blanking, like highlighting with blue what I should say, and for some reason I highlighted only who is the manager there right now, and I quickly realized that this works. Like I told who is the manager, they say Mike. Okay, got it. Thank you. Goodbye. And from that way, I didn't need to explain that I'm a courier. I got, but the blank is smashed and etc. It was always causing a lot of confusions. But simply asking who is the manager was effective enough for me to make these phone calls quick. So I started doing them, and I quickly got less fear doing this. It was easier. The third day was almost without any stress at all. I did similar. Then I got less stress. Every day I was getting less and less stress. So yeah, so to overcome this fear, you just need to start calling. This is my first conclusion from my experience. So obviously it became with time too simple to just ask who is the manager. I started asking something like, may I talk to him right now at the teacher? And I started getting some objections. In some cases, I tried to overcome it. I failed many times. I sounded stupid. I sounded like I don't know what to answer. Sometimes I would just say, okay, don't mind, goodbye, etc. I just started to experiment a bit with what I have to talk more. Sometimes I would start talking to decision. Yeah, so eventually I started talking to decision makers, trying to pitch myself. I was starting with permission-based pitch as per Charlie's recommendation. By the way, during the time, I started watching different channels on YouTube about cold calling, different tactics, scripts, etc. And I quickly found the same coach where that Charlie was teaching. It is Benjamin. And yeah, so Charlie just mentioned that he had a coach called Benjamin. I saw, I just by accident found someone calling. He sounded extrovert. His phone calls were sounded easy and like fun and with interest and etc. So it gave also some confidence. And I used their script. Their script was something like this. Uh, so he said, "Hey John, I'll be totally honest with you. This is sales call. Uh, would you like to hand gap or let me have 30 seconds and then decide?" Obviously, uh, I needed some time to get used to this phrase to start pronouncing it naturally and etc. Also, after multiple days, I realized I was saying instead of "would you like," I was saying "you can hand gap now." And I believe this also matters, even small details, but I don't know, I just didn't put enough um, attention to these details, but I quickly realized that everything matters. The first like 10 seconds of the call of talking to a person matters a lot. Yeah, so I was trying this permission-based pitch for the next couple days, and I realized I never ever was able to go like I never did went through this pitch. So I had to change my approach. Yeah, so then I had more attempts. So I was experimenting, changing it day by day. I didn't make perfect documenting. I was always leaving a note, why and how, what's the result of the call. So I believe I can analyze it later if I need, but I don't have perfect documentation on metrics and etc. It was, I think it's, I got what I wanted for now. I get used to cold calls. I know what it is. But yeah, so I still don't have perfect script. But yeah, that's my 2 weeks. Also, I wanted to note that there were people that laughed when I said, I'll be totally honest with you, this is sales color. They were laughing, and it really gives you some spike of like energy to continue. It could make your day. Um, some of them, most of them were saying like I'm not in charge to make decisions, etc. With one guy I spoke, he said I can definitely talk to the owner, but I still don't have permissions. I don't know. So yeah, this is my experience. There was something else. I wanted to mention something funny. Yeah, so I'm going to sell voice agents, like AI receptionists. And at the beginning, when I didn't have any experience, I could hear AI receptionists. I would start talking with them, but they wouldn't hang up just immediately. So I started talking. Then I said, "Wow, okay, it's a manager. I can talk to him." I could offer to them. They wouldn't even say no. It's not interested or something. They would say, "Okay, well, give me your phone number and I'll get in touch with you later," or something like this. We will call you back. And I got 2 phone calls in a row with this. I got a spike of energy, but then I realized, what? Aren't they just AI? And they were AI. They sounded so naturally that I didn't even realize they were AI. Right now, I can almost from the beginning see or hear if this is AI, but at least that proves that there is a demand for this, and it solves some pain. Yeah, so this is mostly it about how it went. There is one more funny thing that I experienced that I didn't expect. Just a moment. Yeah, so on Friday, the last uh, before one day before my last day, I don't know how to say it the other way. I got a feeling that this is tomorrow is going to be my last day before vacation, and I felt it strange. I felt it strange because I always had a dream that I need my own business, to never work for someone, to have more freedom, and that's it. But with this contract, I've lost all my freedom. I gave my freedom for this contract. And I don't know. I'm still not sure what is the right way to do something. If this is my way to proceed with, because I want to do, I need the freedom, and if I need to push myself to do something, is this a freedom at all, or there are no other way? I believe there should be a way to do everything on some, I don't know, enthusiasm. Like, I don't want to suffer. I understand you need to choose, you need to sacrifice, etc. And I sacrificed a lot for that, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to sacrifice my freedom. Is this what I want? There were much more to say about this feeling. I don't know, but this is what comes to my mind at the moment. Mm, I think mostly this is it. So yeah, I'm not quitting. I still believe I want to make this to more make AI agency. So I'm not changing my niche. I'll probably change um, a bit restaurants. Like I'm thinking about catering and etc. Restaurants where they have uh, high price of missing customer. Like if it's a wedding or whatever, they lose 5,000 if they simply didn't pick up. So I anyway want to make it, but right now I'll start doing everything step by step. Like I made these phone calls, but I realized I don't have a convenient way to share a demo because I cannot send SMS messages. Also, I want to try cold DM and cold email probably. I'm not sure about cold email yet, but I got some success sending cold DMs in Facebook when I did research interviews. So I think this is something that works and where I could get appointments. But yeah, of course, what I also understood is that consistency is the key. I really got a lot of experience during this for these 2 weeks, and I recommend everyone trying it. Yeah, this definitely moved me out of my comfort zone, and I'm not sure yet, but I'll probably do something similar, but with better metrics, with better KPIs. Like not instead of 100 phone calls, it would be something like I don't know. It could be wake up at 6 and work for 10 minutes. Why not? This could be better. I'm not sure yet. Or, I don't know, send 100 emails or not emails, but DMs, like 20 DMs, whatever. This is makes sense to do something like this. It could be something not that extreme, like 100 calls, but really making 100 calls for now, it doesn't look for me that difficult. It's not, it is possible. Like you can just sit and dial. It's fine. But there are constraints for me with time zones. I don't know when will I be able to make this sales calls because when it's evening for me, for them it's the morning. It could work, but so I need some balance. It's very strict window when they woke up and I can work. So I need to balance between calling and to making this sales calls because if I get a lot of sales calls, I will not be able to call. Actually, it doesn't matter if I even have less phone calls. Well, yeah, I would be glad to be at this situation, but for now I'm not, so it doesn't matter. I think it is mostly everything I wanted to share. I'll call this video Imperium Academy vlog number 1. I'm not committing from now to make it daily or weekly, but I'll think about this. And yeah, bye.